Hi, my name is Dillon Kercher, and this is my final presentation video for my internship with Pavement Corporation and Seal Pros over the summer of 2016. My main responsibilities included keeping a large mapping site called Maptive up to date. That included daily uploads of new jobs, removing old jobs, including suppliers, asphalt plants, dump sites, and much, much more. My team and I were also always on the lookout for any other information that we thought would be necessary and uploaded into Maptive ourselves. I was also helping the CEO quite often in reviewing and editing many of his reports. And I also led teams to create videos for social media and mass email output. On one of the videos my team and I made ended up playing at the minor leagues baseball stadium in our local hometown. And another common thing I had to do was lead teams from all different departments for various tasks from the president. Some things that I found surprising was how important Excel truly is. The professors would always say that it was important and that businesses use it all the time, but I didn't really believe them until this internship last summer, and I saw how often it truly was used. Another thing that really surprised me was that a lot of people, when a bad situation arises, they freeze. Instead of trying to act and resolve the problem, they freeze up, and it was up to me to try to fix some things. I was also surprised at how easily it was to fit into the professional setting. I thought I would feel kind of like an outcast being the intern and not fitting in, but I didn't feel that way at all. Some of the biggest challenges I had throughout the course of the summer included training people who didn't want to be trained by the young and dumb intern. Not a lot of people, but some people thought I didn't know what I was talking about and didn't want to listen to me because I was just some kid. And that was a very hard challenge for me to overcome. Another thing was I had a hard time facing my fear of failure. There were certain situations where I should have taken a risk, but I didn't because I was so afraid to fail. I also struggled with learning how to truly prioritize all of my projects or assignments. I wouldn't know what to do first and what to do last and which should take priority over what. It was hard for me sometimes to differentiate the important stuff from the not so important stuff. And that being said, my last biggest challenge was being results driven on the important stuff and the not important stuff. A lot of the times I would find out what was important and really focus on that and kind of let the other stuff fall away, and that's something that I really had to work hard to make sure that I didn't let that continually happen. I learned a lot of significant things over the course of this summer, but the most significant thing, if I had to choose just one, would be the power of thought. I learned that if you always believe in yourself and you're always pushing yourself as hard as you can practically do anything. Once I realized that, it changed the way I worked. I would work on a project and an obstacle would arise and I would do whatever it took, and I would tell myself that I can do it and that I will get to the desired result, and every time I did. Sometimes it was harder than other times, but I always did it. And lastly, the book that my supervisor recommended to me, I would also recommend to all of you, called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. It is a life-changing book. It pretty much says what I just said about the power of thought, and it talks about the 13 steps to riches. And to sum those up, it all comes back to the power of the brain. If you tell yourself you can do it, you can. I highly, highly recommend this book. Once you read it and actually learn from it and take it into your real life, it will not only improve your professional experiences, but it will improve your personal life as well. Thank you very much for listening.